So the market right now, it's so funny because when you look at stats, it doesn't seem as bad as everyone's trying to make it. So I was looking at the absorption rate the other day, and the absorption rate in Philadelphia County is at 24%. Now, a lot of people don't understand what that means or if that's good or bad. Absorption rate, if it's above 20%, is typically what they call a seller's market. And if it goes below 20%, then that's what they call a buyer's market. Can you explain in layman's terms, what is absorption rate? What does it mean? Why should people care about that statistic?
Yeah, so it means a few different things. When a developer asks me, hey, Jim, how long is it going to take you to sell these 50 townhomes? And I'll say something like, well, the absorption rate for this price point in this zip code in our market right now is 1.5 homes per month, right? Mm-hmm. That's our absorption rate. When you're talking about inventory, the absorption rate, typically we look at it like this. It's a seller's market when we have above 6 months worth of inventory. Mm-hmm. When there's below 6 months worth of inventory, like we have right now, probably 2.5 months of inventory, that's a seller's market. Did I mess that up?
No.
Did I say sellers for the first one?
No, you said buyers.
Buyer's market.
Yeah,
There's a lot of inventory above 6 months. Seller's market below 6 months.
Oh, you did say seller's market.
Right. I knew I messed up.
Yeah, you messed up.
You get the point. And then neutral market's around 6 months.
Right.
Right. So, right now we have, 2.5 months of inventory. So what that means is if no one else listed their house for sale moving forward, it would take 2.5 months to absorb all the inventory on the market at the current pace of sales.
Yeah. And what's crazy, and this, I feel like a broken record when I've said, when we're talking about this, everyone's saying, wait for the interest rates to drop, wait for the interest rates to drop. A lot of questions we get all the time is it a good time to buy or sell? And it depends. Every single situation is different. What are you trying to achieve? What are your goals? How long do you want to be in your next home? How, et cetera, et cetera. But I get so many buyers saying to me, well, I'm just going to wait for the interest rates to drop. And I'm like, okay, if you're saying that, do you think everyone else is saying the same thing? Right. Sure. And what happened during 2021? Interest rates dropped and demand just went through the roof. So although you're paying above market value right now, you buy right now and then refinance in a year, in the long run, it's going to, or not even a year, we don't know if it's going to drop in a year, but 2 years, in the long run, you will save more money than the people waiting for interest rates to drop. They're going to be overpaying for real estate. It's the number one thing I hear all the time. Like, is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time to buy?
Plus, if that's, let's look at it another way. What if rates don't drop for 7 years? If you go back and look at the history of interest rates, there's plenty of 3, 5, 7, 10-year time periods where they didn't fluctuate dramatically.
Yeah.
So are you going to wait 8 years?
Yeah.
Until it drops down to a level that you missed out on a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
And pay rent for 8 years, 7 years, 5 years?
And you get tax benefits from owning a home.
Sure. So it's complicated, right? It's not a simple topic, but like you always say, it depends. Is it a good time to buy? It depends. Is it a good time to sell? It depends.
Yeah. Like sometimes, like I've done listing appointments before and people are like, oh, is it a good time to sell or should I wait a year? And, and I look at the wife and she's 6 months pregnant. I'm like, no, I mean, you want to be in a new place now. Like, let's go. Like sometimes your life is going to happen. You can't wait for the perfect moment because it might not line up with your timeline. So yeah, every single situation is different.
It's like that other big question we get all the time. Hey, how's the market? Well, it depends. Mm-hmm. Who are you? What are you?
Yeah. Are you an investor? Yeah, you're an investor. You're a buyer. You're a seller. Yeah, absolutely.
If you're a buyer in the burbs and down the shore, market's terrible.
Yeah.
So tough. If you're a seller in the burbs or down the shore, the market's great.
Yeah.
If you're a city seller, market's a little scary.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a city buyer, market's okay.
Yeah.
If you're an investor, depends what type of investor you are. If you're a commercial investor, market's getting good.
Yeah.
If you're a residential investor or a multi-unit investor, market's tough because nothing pencils with 8% rates.
This is a question I just thought of. What price range in Philadelphia, because that's our market, what price range do you think there is most opportunity to take advantage of Is there a specific, and what I was thinking of when I was asking that question, I personally, right now, anything I would say below 400,000, maybe even less than that, maybe 300,000, is just sitting on the market. There's a ton of inventory below the 200, let's call it 300,000. I think that is the best price range, if you can afford it, to take advantage of right now, because there's a lot of sellers desperate and inventory keeps creeping up.
Sure.
I think there's a good opportunity there for you to get a decent deal. If you've got a good agent, buy below market value, and then again, just refinance in a couple of years. Yeah. Especially if you're renting. I mean, if you're renting more than, I don't know what number you use, but if anyone says to me their monthly rent is more than $1,600 a month, I'm like, you need to be buying.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Do you agree with that or not?
I do agree, and I'll tell you why. If you look at the buyer pool chart, or the chart of transactions, up at the top where the prices are the highest is the fewest transactions. Yeah. Right? Down at the bottom, prices where prices are low, 2, 3, 4, 500, that makes up a big part of the market. Mm-hmm. That's also true for the inventory. So even though we have low inventory, there's so much more down at 250, 350, and at a very slow absorption rate. Yeah. And with transactions falling off a cliff, which they have, down 40% compared to last year, there's a lot more choices down there, and a lot more of those properties will sit for 6, 8, 9, 10 months.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's a numbers game.
If I was looking to enter the market in Philadelphia right now, and if I was looking to enter the market, live in it for a couple of years, and then potentially rent the property out, I would 100% buy in either Point Breeze or Brewery Town right now. Mm-hmm. Because we're selling a couple of properties. I think that's one of the most difficult areas to sell in right now, because there is a lot of, Point Breeze, has been so many builders that have come in and done some awesome new properties, but they can't sell them right now because they're competing with 20, 30 other builders. That's where I would buy right now. Where would you buy? If you were in the market, where would you buy right now?
I like all of South Philly. Yeah. Right? South Philly, river to river, Naval Yard down south, all the way up to wherever you think South Philly ends, but all the way up to Washington or so. If you look at the map of Philadelphia, it kind of goes like this. Up north is tremendously wide. South Philly gets squeezed by a river on each side. Navy Yard at the base south, and then the most expensive real estate in the city, Center City, right above it. So I love that triangle to buy in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ben, if you're a new agent or an experienced agent or a team leader, what advice do we have for these people?
If I was a new agent, I would ignore all the noise that's going on in the industry right now. And when times are slow, I would do as much learning as possible. And then I would do open houses. I would do any sort of lead generation that is free, that doesn't cost me money.
Right.
And open houses is the best, because you meet people in person, face to face, you get familiar with a neighborhood, you can have your open house signs everywhere, so you're branding yourself in a particular neighborhood. So if I was doing goals as a new agent, it would hands down be, I would be doing 3 to 5 open houses a week.
Yep. And you get familiar with the inventory.
Exactly.
In all of these homes, which is priceless.
And you listen, I was a new agent. I built my business on open houses. I probably did about 100 open houses in my first year, and that led down to 12 transactions. Now that conversion's not good, from 100 open houses to 12 transactions. But the reason why I would suggest doing it as a new agent is you can make mistakes, and it's not the end of the world. Yep. Sometimes you'll never meet these people again. Yeah. So you just get used to showing homes, you know what I mean? Because sometimes it could be an awkward experience if you're not used to it, and you can learn the do's and don'ts. So that's all I would do. Ignore everything else and all the secret formulas of people telling you how to be a successful real estate agent. Learn as much as you can from experienced agents in the office. Go to classes that are beneficial. And, many people talk about this. For you to turn something from a knowledge to a skill, you have to apply that knowledge. So don't just attend classes, actually use what you learn when you're attending those classes. So that's what I would do as a new agent. Experienced agent, and let's call it what, like 5 to 10 years? That's what, would you call that an experienced agent?
Sure.
Past clients, referrals, reaching out to your database. That's all I would focus on. There's amazing tools that you can use like HomeBot to keep in touch with your clients on a monthly basis. I love sending my clients a weekly real estate market report, and I get a ton of good feedback from that. They seem to be getting a lot of value from it. And then I would just be picking up the phones. Like, so many people use action plans to reach out to their past clients, and everyone knows when they've received a templated email.
Sure.
Like, think of all the brands that you buy with, that you're a consumer, and then when you get that automated Thanksgiving email or whatever, it's not, they don't really reach out to you.
Of course.
Call 3 past clients a day. That's it, right? So experienced agents just hone in on that database and reconnecting with your clients.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then team leaders, I'd follow the Richard Branson rule, and that's focus on making they're not employees, but focus on making your agents happy, and how can you improve their experience working with the team.
Yep.
Because if you do that, and if your agents are happy, then your agents are happy, that's going to lead to happy clients. It's just going to have that ripple down effect.
Yeah, totally. My advice to new agents in the business, focus on getting your sphere of influence, the closest people to you, to think of you as the real estate professional in their life. Because when you're new in the business, your uncle thinks of you as, his nephew. Your friend thinks of you as the friend, he partied with in college. All these people think of you as something else because you were something else just a few months ago, 6 months ago, 12 months ago. You have to capture their mind share, and they need to think of you as the real estate professional in their life. And how do you do that? Well, you got to remind them. First, you got to let them know. Once, let them know. Then you got to remind them 33 times a year in a very strategic way, right? We have a 36 touch we run on our sales team, on our real estate team. So constantly reminding them. And to piggyback on something you said, you're new. So let's focus on some free things. Yes, sit open houses, but when you're sitting those open houses, take the opportunity to take pictures in those open houses and use those pictures to remind your sphere of influence that you are the real estate professional in their life. They don't know it's not your $3 million listing. They really don't. They just assume you're in it. It's yours. So, maximize those opportunities.
We just have an agent in our office that's doing that right now, a new agent. And he's just started, he's so nervous in front of the camera, but he's now getting in front of the camera. And he's now having his sphere, the people that he grew up with, saying, "Oh, dude, I love all your stuff. Can't believe you're, listing this home," because he puts a picture up of a open house that he's hosting, and they're like, "Oh man, that home's beautiful." But it's just people are making that connection now that he's in real estate. And I think it's funny you just said it there with new agents. Your sphere of influence, before you're an agent, knows you're a confident person, right? Or knows they trust your character. They like you already, which is half the battle. But I think with your sphere of influence, they already know you're confident, but do they know you're competent?
Right.
And I think once you prove you're competent, then they start to take you seriously as a real estate professional. Like, you don't want to reach out to them and say, "Hey, let me help you sell your home," because you don't want them to think that they're doing you a favor, right? If they list their home with you, like they're giving you your break.
Yeah.
I think that's what the biggest difference with this new agent that we're training. They're starting to say, I'm putting all these market stats out there right now. I'm constantly, posting on social media, and now I'm getting people saying to me, I thought this real estate thing you might be doing this for 3 months and then move on to something else. Now I see you're actually giving this a good go, and I love your content.
You're busy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's that, because that's the two most, in my mind, the two most things you need to do is prove that you're competent first, and then prove that you're confident about your ability to see it through. That's why I think people work with us, because we have the best of both worlds.
Yep, absolutely. And then experienced agents who've been around a while, I'd say, one, mindset, make the decision that you're going to work and grind through a slower market, which we're going to be in for a while, and not bury your head in the sand. Make your mind set that you're going to capture market share. You're going to service your clients at a higher level. And then, like you earlier said, get in there and really keep your database close to you. No daylight between you and your database. Implement a professional, well thought out, strategic 36 touch plan. We work a lot on hours. It's constantly changing. Improving that, constantly working on it, I think is a big part of these next 24, 36 months. And team leaders, my advice is lead by example. Nothing more powerful than a team leader who is in the trenches with you, actively selling, actively working, actively belly to belly with the consumer. Because the advice coming from a team leader who's belly to belly with the consumer, as the agent is, in my opinion, better advice. Okay?
Of course, yeah.
I'm in the weeds. I'm in the thick of it every day, as are you. I think I can give good advice on what they're going through.